My topic is going to be about the best practices of Zoho One implementation. I'm going to give you an explanation about a few onion diagrams and workflows just for your understanding, and probably the steps that we could follow in order to make the implementation a success. So this is what we will be discussing this half an hour session. So what is Zoho One? It is the operating system for business. Why operating system for business? Because this system can power an entire business. So that is why we have this tag called the operating system for business. So when it comes to implementation, even though the product has 40 plus applications, or right now it might be 50 plus applications within its bundle, there is no one size fits all approach for Zoho One implementation. Because the reason why we are saying this is each and every company's business is different. Each and every company's requirement is different. So we need to take an approach for a solution that you would need for your business. But we have some common practices that can fit any businesses. Say, for example, everyone's business requirement might vary, but there are some common areas where every business needs. Say, for example, a sales team, a marketing team, or a support team. This is some common basics for any businesses. So we'll just look into the customers' challenges that they have with Zoho One. First of all, is the abundance, because there is an abundance of products within the a bundle, like about 50 plus products, and that creates a curiosity with the customer. What am I going to do with these many products? And then comes the complexity of the same, wherein how do I fit in these products? What will be the integrations between them? And how am I going to proceed with this? So where do I start? And what is the best approach for a successful implementation? So we have these 3 milestone approach here. So for the first milestone would be identifying the core problems. First of all, when we sit down, and we as a business person, when we start thinking of what am I going to do, first of all, we have to prioritize our problems. We need to know what is needed for me. What is the need for my business? What are the basic approach that I can take? So we can actually differentiate into 2 variations of identifying the core problems with an onion diagram or a workflow, which I've just kept it, made it for your understanding, but it differs. You can choose whichever way is possible, but end of the day, it is going to be the same for everyone, like the prioritizing the key products that is needed for us. So identifying the core problems and categorize based on priority is like, first you need to have the must-solve product or must-solve solution. And the second one would be the nice-to-solve, and the third is can live without. So for any problem that you have in place, you need a solution. So for the must-solve problem, you need to have a must-have product. For a nice-to-solve problem, you need to have a nice-to-have product. And the third, can live with, you can actually live without a product. So these are 3 stages that we have in place for sorting out your issues. So how do we start? We can just take an onion diagram, for example, on this instance. So earlier, I spoke about we have a common need. So most of the businesses might have a common need, which I mentioned earlier, like the sales and marketing. So I have just taken as an example here with what a business might need. I've just taken as a core example, but this might differ based on your needs. Either here I have mentioned as sales and marketing as a priority for a company, and with the HR and finance, and a productivity collaboration and custom solution. The reason I have taken this as an example is because most of the businesses need a marketing team to get in the leads, and then you have the sales team to analyze and follow up with the leads and follow up with the customer, close the leads, and you also have a support team which will be assisting the customers, etc. Then we move on to the HR and finance, which takes care of the day-to-day operations. And again, with productivity and collaboration and custom solution. And this might, again, differ, as I told you. If you have a priority for a custom solution, the custom solution comes at the very beginning. So based on your business needs, you can change your options as well. So this is something that you can actually draw. You can just actually figure out how you wanted to take this up, and you can proceed. And similarly, just elaborating on these. So here we have this sales and marketing as the must-have product, and the HR and finance. So you need to find a solution, a product to match these needs. Then again, you go ahead with the productivity and collaboration, and these can be the nice-to-have products and the custom solution as well. So further, dividing or I would say elaborating, what we have in the onion diagram, we can actually create a workflow about the touch points. So this workflow, I'm sure, is it okay for everyone? Is it visible? Yeah. Fine, perfect. So yeah, so here, this is just a journey that we have created here. So earlier in my previous slide, we saw about the sales and marketing being the core for that specific business. So even on that sales and marketing, we have just elaborated much more here to just give you a journey about how a person visits the website. And once they visit the website, it moves on to an inquiry or a form. And once a person fills that form, it moves on to either the sales query or a support query. So if it is being moved on to this support query, it just goes to the support agent, and the ticket has been logged. And once the ticket has been logged, the person validates the issue, and they check in the knowledge base. If the knowledge base is not, they don't have any update on the knowledge base, a ticket is, a bug has been logged, and it moves on to validating the issue. The developer gets in picture. Then it's been assigned to an owner, and you gather resources, and you fix the issue. Then it moves on as the resolution has been provided. So this is a journey on this support angle. But if you just move on to the sales one, the salesperson moves on with the lead validation. He gathers requirements, schedules a demo, and he sends a quote. And during the quote, if there is a negotiation happening, it is either closed won or closed lost. If they accept it, it is becoming a closed won, and if not, it is a closed lost. The reason why this workflow is coming into picture here. So we will have, all our businesses will have a flow. Either be it retail or any businesses will have a flow. So it is mandatory or is better for any business person to actually chalk out a clear plan before we proceed on anything, because our understanding is much more important. We as business people should know what is our priority and how we have to fill in all those gaps that is within our organization. So further, and also, just wanted to let you know, always keep things very simple and don't overdo, because as the first milestone we have decided, it is always that you have to prioritize your problems. So always prioritize the key ones, make it simple, and just proceed with the later ones. And milestone 2. The milestone 2 is like mapping applications and minimum viable solution in early success. How to map applications. So for this, I would like to give you a real-time use case. So this is a company which is into Zilker consultancy services, which are into the consultation and setup of fiber optics, networking, and IoT, and they also run a recruitment consulting firm. So as we know, if it is a company which is dealing with fiber optics and all, you need to have resources on ground. You need to have people on ground to go and deploy that solution for whatever that they are in need of. And again, recruitment consulting firm, they will have a lot of data by default. They will have a lot of inquiries. They will have a lot of people asking that, looking out for jobs, etc. They will have a lot of data within them. So how do they get or streamline their processes with Zoho One? So what is their need? What are the must-haves that they would need? So the must-have is that they would have to do away with the manual entries. That is key, because they have a lot of data. Since they also have a recruitment consulting firm, they will have a lot of information, a lot of resumes, back-to-back with them. So they need to do away with the manual entries. And for the employees who will be on field, they need to manage their field employees much more better, and also analyze the performances of their employees both on ground and on field. This is the must-have that they would need. And nice to have would be the HR process automation. After collecting all the data that they have in place, they have to have this HR process automation, wherein the HR right now from within their organization is able to control or see a complete data of the employees. And of course, customer experience enhancement and lead gen and branding. Here, the lead gen and branding comes as the last, because as a company, they already have a lot of data with them. So for them, the priority of generating a lead is not important as of now. As I told you earlier, this kind of use cases differ from companies to company. When we saw the first onion diagram there, we actually had the sales and marketing as the core for the business because majority of the businesses start with the sales and marketing activity. But for a company like this, the lead gen and branding is not a priority at the very early stages. So combining all these put together, we have what they would need. The timesheet management, Jio Tracking, activity analysis, HR process automation, customer experience, and lead gen and branding. So now we need to map the products that are available within the Zoho One bundle. So how do we map them? So our priority here is timesheet management. So what are the products that are available within the timesheet management? We have Zoho People. And we also have another product here that is Zoho Projects. So why 2 products for 1 solution? Again, this might be a problem when you are trying to implement Zoho One for your needs. This can also be used as a case-to-case basis because majority of the products might have few features that are equivalent to what you are looking for. So it is always better you understand what you need. The reason why we have right now the timesheet management is available in Zoho Projects and also Zoho People. But here, since this company takes care or wants to have a complete data on the employee management, so this timesheet management is better to go ahead with Zoho People rather than Zoho Projects. Because if you are a company which deals with project management, then this timesheet management can be done with Zoho Projects. So likewise, you will have a lot of these coming up when you are trying to do a Zoho One implementation, because certain products or certain features which are available in CRM, you could do well with Creator as well. So I will also come to that point on later of my slides as well. So this is a priority. You need to understand the key things. It's because when you are in implementation or you are talking with a partner for specifically, because most of our partners are well versed in the implementations of Zoho projects. So when you are in touch with a partner would be able to give you the suggestion on spot. The reason being, you might have studied about Zoho People, and when you ask a question with the partner, saying, for example, hey, I studied that, the Zoho projects can do this timesheet management, but he will give you this explanation right on. So always you need to have this clarity that there might be multiple products that does the same an activity, but things might differ based on your needs. So now Jio Tracking, Zoho People has this feature of Jio Tracking, and you can also and you can actually do that with Zoho People. And for activity analysis, we have our analytics product, which can get you all the detailed or information about the analytics as such. And HR process automation you can do it with Zoho Recruit, and customer experience enhancement with Zoho Creator and Zoho Desk, and lead gen branding, of course, the entire marketing products, whichever you wanted to choose, you can just get started. So always aim for the minimum viable solutions and not the product. Why? Because always look into the core. Here, what we see is the core of your requirement, that is the timesheet management, Jio Tracking, and activity analysis. These form the crux of this specific business. So you need to focus on this minimum viable solution, and you have to ensure that that is covered. So this is the minimum viable solution. So you have to break it up into phases. So your phase 1 should be the minimum viable solution. That is, these 3 products that are needed are key for your implementation. And you have to go with the phase 2 on HR process and automation and customer experience. And the third one is Zoho Social, which you can live with, even if it is not a priority. So the milestone 3, coming to it is the migrating data. And this is something very key for any business. The reason being, we would have a lot of data in place. Migration hiccups, it is very, very important. The reason being, many people have a lot of data which we have accumulated over the years. And all these data has to be digitized and made sure it is it is collated in one common form. The reason also is, when you have a data in place for an existing company and you're not able to migrate it properly, you should be you should understand and prioritize on your data first. Maybe on migration, it might take even a day's time to migrate the complete data to Zoho. Or based on the load or the data size, it might even take a week's time. So data is very crucial for any, for any businesses. Because if you commit yourself, okay, fine, I'm done with the first milestone and the second one. Now let me just get started with the migration. So it would not happen in a day. It would never happen in a day. It differs. So migration, and this would also create a lot of trouble within the customer or the partner, or within the customer or anyone who you are trying to implement, because our expectations will be very quick. Everything is done. I've got the product. I've purchased the product. Now I need the migration to be happening within a day. That is not going to happen. So you have to be very clear how many data, how much of my data is there, and what is the time frame. You have to talk it out with the specific implementation person and get things right at the very beginning, so that we avoid, or you can avoid, a lot of confusions on a later date. And of course, as we say, the data integrity and data cleansing is also much, much needed, as you will have to clear off all your old ones and make sure whatever that is needed is updated into the system. So putting it all together, we have these 3 milestones that we spoke about. I'd like identifying key problems, map and set up applications, and migration of data. And this identifying key problems will take at least a day or a week's time, because business people or people into business would know what to do, because you guys will have a clear understanding of what are the key areas, or you can just draw an onion diagram or a workflow and put in all the loops and holes, whatever that you have in your business. So that will take at least a few days to a week. And mapping and setting up of applications, it will take either a week or 4 weeks time. And again, this might vary based on the implementations as such. If it is just a drag and drop or something of that sort, it will take hardly a month's time to get everything implemented. And migration of data, again, it depends on any specific, the kind of data that you guys have in place. So the migration always depends, and this has to be clarified perfect with, with your implementation team or your guys. So the common mistakes. So this is something that we have an idea with the experience that we have had so far. This is just about some 3 points that I've actually combined together, and I wanted to share it with you guys here. So trying to implement everything in one go and not taking up as phases. So always keep phases in place, because just we wanted to get into a product. Yeah, I have bought Zoho One. Let me just get everything up and ready. No, that is not the right approach to go for implementation. Just break it up into phases. Have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, or how many ever phases that you want. Prioritize the key problems. Put those key products into place. Discuss with the implementation guys who are doing it. Most of our partners do the implementation on Zohos. So you can discuss with the partner, talk to them, ask them, hi guys, how long will it take for this first phase to be implemented? Then, to get a time frame from them, then get on with the first phase of implementation, start your work. So once you have that in a first phase implemented, you are set with the key process or the core of your day-to-day activities. Then move on with the second phase and third phase. This will also ease the problems between you and the implementation person, and also it will be giving you a sense of relief. Okay, this is how it is going to be, and I have to wait for these many times on a specific project. And the second point is very, very key: an agreement within the organization before implementing Zoho One. See, if we are a startup, say for example, if you are just a 2-man company or a 3-person company, or someone less than 10, it might not be a problem for the entire company, because you guys will be able to make a decision. You will be able to create a workflow. You would need what products that you wanted to keep in place. That becomes much more easier and better. But when we take a larger organizations, we will have an HR team, we will have a sales team, we will have a department for development or marketing or many other areas of expertise. So, but convincing each and every person is important, and because the entire company should be happy enough to go ahead with Zoho One to being their prime product of usage. The reason is, if it is a company for about 10-15 years, many people in a finance sector would have been accustomed to what they were using for the past 10-15 years. So their mindset will be only towards that specific product, and they will not get into the other products, or they will not have their thought to even think of another product replacing what they are currently using. So that is very, very key. If the employees are not satisfied, or if they are not taking things up, or if they're not willing to proceed with another product, so convincing the internal employees or giving it a time for them to get accustomed to this product is much more important. So because there will be a lot of hiccups even in that front as well, because if someone is not happy or not happy enough to proceed with another one, they will have a lot of issues coming up again and again and again, and this will delay the implementation process for any for any organization. And again, this is something that if even though there are 45 plus applications, the key product that drives Zoho One would be the CRM, because that is where you'll have most of the features combined within the product. So if you are going ahead with the CRM solution and you're just tagging along with other few products, then it is fine. But when you are into an implementation, decide properly that if there is a lot of customs, if there are a lot of custom solutions needed, or if there are a lot of customization needed, choose Creator than the CRM. So you have to make this very clear at the very beginning. Say if there is about 25% of more customization to be done with Zoho One. So always request or check with the implementation person to proceed with Creator, because the time is needed there for having this complete setup done. So if your organization does not need much of an implementation process in the sense like customization process, always it's better to go with the same set of tool. But if you are using if it is more than 25%, it is always advisable that you start doing the customization with Creator at the very beginning. So these are the top 10 applications that are predominantly used within Zoho One bundle. So for your understanding, if you have any questions with regards to demos, or if you want to create a POC, we have our local team here. We have a specific team set up in the Middle East and Africa region, so who will take care of all the pre-sales and activities or POCs. They can also come and meet you guys in person if you are located in Dubai. Or we also have people in Nigeria, we have people in Kenya, we have people in Saudi Arabia, we have people in Egypt and South Africa. So these are the locations where we have our local resources on ground. So you can actually request them to come and meet you if you wanted a demo, or even if you have any companies located in these areas, you can request in our team. You can reach out to the email address that is mia-solutions@zohocorp.com. So possibly you can take down this address, and you can have our team guide you and assist you. And apart from this, our support and onboarding services helps you achieve any success. Then you can reach out to customersuccess@zohocorp.com. And implementation, of course, as I was continuously saying throughout my presentation, that we leave it to our partners on implementation on most cases. But if you wanted to reach out to our partners, you can reach out to our partners at zoho.com/partners-findpartners.html. So you can get to this website, and you can choose the country that you are present. And if you have any partners located, it will just pop up. Or if not, if you don't find any partners on that specific location, you can just reach out to me, and I'll be able to guide you guys to which partner will be able to help you on the implementation. So thank you.